Yo, what is up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Trying a different little setup here, so I'm hoping it works out good. We got Wally in the house. Yeah, I saw the injury there, Vic. Good to see you, man. Digital's in the building. Good to see you. We got a lot of good stuff to do here today. I am going to see how we're doing on the audio. Can you guys hear me at all? There we go. I think we're good. Yeah, I got my microphone and a camera and a laptop out here today. What's up, Digital? All right. Yeah, not a lot to see with the garden, bro. We'll see how that goes. Um, you guys aren't hearing an echo or anything, are you? What's up, LD? Good to see you. My favorite plant. Oof. I don't know. Hopefully there's no echo. Sounds like it's all right. If I hear you, thank you. I do have a whole bunch of cards to open. So we're gonna mix together the all right, so we don't need these. The blazed cards show with our garden stream. So we got a lot going on in the channel. I'm going to kind of combine it all today. This will be the last garden stream, but going forward, we'll be doing a lot more than just the garden stream. I'm on a 10-day stretch right now, being live every day, and it's nice. It's hoodie weather. Yes, black socks and sandals for those that don't know. Sweatpants and hoodie weather. It's beautiful out. The sun is just enough that it's a good day to go check out the garden. I do have this phone where I can walk through the garden and show you some stuff. This one will stay stationary so I can sit here and chit chat with you. But please like and share this out. Let people know we're live. It's noon. It's the afternoon. Love in the afternoon. I got everything handy here so I can hear what's going on as well. I even have that. Yeah. Just waiting for a couple people to pop in. It normally takes a couple minutes, so maybe we'll show a couple commercials or something until we get time there. We have our wrestling streams. We have football like yesterday. We had the 1 o'clock games. Blaze cards, which is my collectibles as well. So I've done a lot more than I usually do on the channel, and I'm glad to have you guys along for the ride. Some people might be watching this on a replay. I'm gonna try to keep it about an hour. I know we got some streams later on that I want to be a part of, so we'll go and do those too. But let's see who we got here. 6 feet under with Kane as a guest. Kane. I was never a big Kane fan. This is where people don't, they're like, what? I was never a Kane fan, never Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. No, none of them were my cup of tea. They're all great wrestlers, just not my favorites. And that's the thing about wrestling, is it's completely subjective. Everyone has their favorites. Everyone has who they enjoy better or what they watch. Um, that's just the way it is. So I respect everyone's opinion. That's what Wrestle Sense, the podcast, was all about. Yeah, a lot of people are like, "What? What's up, Chad? Hey, Chad, I got some cards to open. I've been uh, I've been doing some eBay buying, just finding players that I don't have cards of, or some of my favorites I want to rebuy. Plus, I'm right now separating my collection. I'm putting my collection to things I really want to keep and things I wouldn't mind losing. I'm just going to sell a bunch of it. I might even set up at a card show soon. Who knows? But we're going to open those. We're going to talk about just shoot the shit for a little while. I'm going to show you the garden here in a couple minutes once we get some people in here. Like I said, let's yeah, and that's what I love about wrestling is, and that's what Wrestle Sense was all about. Your Wrestle Sense meant um like who you want to like, hate who you want to like, cheer who you want to cheer, boo who you want to boo. And that's the beauty of it. I mean, you may talk to 10 different wrestling fans, they all have different favorites. The problem with it is everyone thinks their opinions are facts, and that's a big problem with the wrestling community. I won't even call it the IWC because it's not really a community. Um, but wrestling, gardening, football, I think I'm the only YouTuber out there that does that combination: collectibles, wrestling, gardening, and football and basketball. So that's my five. Because every Wednesday I do the pick and roll with the hardcore sports guys. That's always a blast. Um, the red zone yesterday. My voice is a little rough, but not bad from yelling and screaming at the TV yesterday. It was fun. It was fun to see a lot of the names that I haven't seen in a while. You know, people that subscribe to my channel just for the football content. What's Hot Fire Rose? Good to see you. What's up? Yeah, Chad, he's out for the season. Well, maybe they'll bring the punter back they had last year. I don't think anyone has him. Um, but yeah, him, Jordan Love, Puka Nakua. Injuries happen in football, man. It's sad. But yeah, Wrestle Sense, when we came up with it, because for those that don't know, CJ and Doc, they're in the indie wrestling industry. CJ's been a professional wrestler for years, 25 years or so, and he's fought the likes of Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles, and a whole bunch more. Actually, it was funny. Colt Cabana was streaming on Twitch last night, and I went in there and I was like, I'm pretty sure CJ knows him. So I brought it up. I was like, you remember a Pittsburgh wrestler named CJ? He's like, hell yeah, I remember CJ. I hit CJ up. I was like, your boy Boom Boom's over there on Twitch streaming and chit chatting, but he called me Blassie Radio, which that happens all the time. Um, that's kind of I mean, I had a friend in high school that spelled his name Blaze, Blaise. So he, I keep forgetting you're not from the U.S. Digital. I know we got a bunch. Temples from over there, Corey Quinn, Rick Logan Parfit, Logan went. There's a bunch. We have a lot of people from the UK, some from the Middle East, some from Australia. That's another thing I really love about doing this YouTube thing is meeting people from all over the world. But that's what I respect. I mean, people that don't even like football pop into my football streams and say hi. Not a lot of people check out the basketball one, but it is what it is. It's not basketball. Why? I liked Harvin. He wasn't bad at all. But I'm sure that's the thing. There's only pretty much one punter on every team, so there's some that are out there. And I mean, no offense to any of the fans that like soccer or original football, but I like to piss them off and call it kickball. People get pissed. I'm like, well, they call our like hand egg or whatever they call American football, which I've never seen an egg that had points on the end, but it is what it is. Everyone likes what they want to like. Um, so this channel started out just as the wrestling content, and I'm not a big. I mean, I respect people that play hockey and soccer, and same thing. I mean, I was a big baseball player when I was a kid, but I don't watch as much baseball hardly at all, unless my boy Philly halftime streaming it. I'll go check him out. But and basketball was my sport. I was a basketball player. I was that white dude that tried to play with all the best players that were out there, no matter what. That skinny white dude just trying to get through. But I was tall, so he put me with other big guys, which was tough as well. Um, but this channel started out with the wrestling gaming content, and eventually I wanted to do talk shows. I wanted to do interviews. I wanted to do marketing when it comes to the cards and stuff like that. So I expanded the channel a little bit and did some more things. Let's see what else we got going on here. There's Nightbot. I was wondering if Nightbot was going to pop in. But I'm going to show you what happened with the garden. This is the last garden stream of the year. When the heat wave came through here in August, even if you watered your plants, I mean, grass doesn't grow and it was dying, and there's a lot of yards you can see patchy grass that are it's kind of dead out there. So it turned into nothing but, I mean, even I tried to keep it up, and a lot of it I'm just going to rip out, and it's going to be the end of it. Some of it's starting to come back to life, but you'll see that some of the plants just, and I'll show you why. I mean, I'm not an expert at gardening. That's why it's called the rookie season garden. Hey, Atticus, happy birthday, bro. For real, man. I didn't get to sing you happy birthday, so happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Atticus. Happy birthday to you. Appreciate you, man. John, you're a great dude, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, and a digital, my grandmother. A lot of the stuff in this garden is remembering my grandmother. I used to have to cut her grass, and she had a big grapevine. I would sit there and eat grapes. She had a big garden, which we would use for the food, some of the food too. So it's like, she passed away several years ago, and a lot of even the pieces in the garden are from her. So she is my inspiration. And I think she watches over this garden and keeps it alive, because a lot of it does not make it. I don't know if it's the water. I don't know if it's what is up, Kill Shot? How you doing, man? I don't know if it's the water. I don't know if it's the dirt. I don't know if it's just like I planted in buckets this year, thinking, if I don't plant in the ground, maybe it'll grow better. And literally gave plants to my neighbor, and their plants are 4 feet high. My plants don't even get 2 feet high. And I don't. The thing is, I don't need a lot of food. And everybody wishing Atticus happy birthday. That's what I love about this. Victor, digital, chat. Everybody wishing Atticus. I bust Atticus's balls a lot, but if I bust your balls a lot, that means I like you. I get along. Just having fun. But in a few minutes, I'm gonna wake up, and then we're gonna go look around the garden real quick. Hopefully some people catch this on the replay and see what's going on. Jesse, what's up, Jesse? Shout out to you. Yeah, and I mean, I know you can test the pH balance in it, and I start to think maybe it's the water. Hey, Cassie, my co-host for my future talk shows when we bring back Legion of Dork. I guess, so it's wrestling, football, basketball, collectibles, gardening. I don't think any other streamer out there in YouTube's doing that combination. Great to see you, Cassie. But the garden's going to get ripped down. It's done for the year. My neighbor's garden still has peppers, a couple tomatoes and stuff. If I really need something, I can get it there. And the price of produce, well, I'm getting up, I gotta tell you. So, yes, hoodie weather, gotta love it. Um, Price of produce, price of groceries here, it's pretty bad. So a lot of people know that it's tough. Um, but I am on, like I just said, a 10-day stretch of going live. It's so good to be healthy enough to do that. I deal with my health issues. I don't talk about it a lot, but I know a lot of you guys out there have concerns and issues on your own too. So it's like, I just want to bring people together here with this channel. The garden thing was just, oh, look, I have a garden. Might as well do that too. Logan's in a house. Now, Logan, I've never really asked you this. I know your character is from the UK, but are you from the UK too? Because digital is. Green thumb. Green thumb? Green fingers? Is that bad? Because I know a green thumb is good. There's actually a streamer on YouTube. Shout out to Mrs. Green Thumb. She's one of the gardeners that I found, and I'm still subscribed to her, go into her channels. But I do this as therapy. Come outside, play in the dirt, plant. And if you buy the plants or the seeds, they're not that expensive. If you could turn it into food, you're becoming self-sufficient. Um, I was canning vegetables the first few years. Jamar's in the house. So I was actually making, it wasn't really salsa. It was more like a pico de gallo. It was just a bunch of vegetables all chopped up. And we used it like salsa. Now I have stomach disease and, degenerative disc disease in my back. So I have a lot of different things. Yeah. So yeah, that's a green, we call it in America, it's a green thumb. It's a green thumb, we say in America is the saying, but green fingers makes the same, playing with your hands in dirt. So I always say this and I never go back and do it. Actually, I should show it. Let's do that. Since I have my laptop here, I can actually do this. I'm going to go back to the first garden stream and we can react to it. That's something I don't think I've ever done. So let's go back to my first garden stream and we're going to react to it. I don't think I've ever done this. Jamar's in the house. All right, let's see here. All right, so this is my first garden stream that I did a while ago. Yeah, that's good. We'll keep it like that. Good enough. So the playlist is right there with all of them, but I guess I could full screen it. And you can see the playlist here. Season 2, vlog 3, planted some plants, 5 rainy days. So I have a whole playlist here, 51 videos I've done. Holy shit. But let's go ahead. There we go. That's better. And I'm going to show you guys how this changed, how this became a garden back here when I bought this house 13 years ago now, over 14 years, I think. It's still, yep, still sounds good. So let's take a look at the first garden stream. The seasoned rookie Zen garden. Well, everyone wants to grow physically themselves, their children, pets, houses, their friends, etc. Whether mentally, emotionally, or even spiritually. We all want to learn and grow, however it may be. Self-sustainability, inside and out. That's what this part of the Blaze Radio Network is all about. And well, what do we have here? Well, yes, it's your boy Blaze McCoy, and landscaping and gardening have been passions of mine for quite some time. That's my backyard transformed from nothing into my Zen garden. Now, I never claimed to be an expert or even good at this stuff, but I wanted to share this with y'all and hopefully learn a lot myself. Now, my house in 2008 came with a garden. So I thought, why not try, fail, try, eat, fail, try, etc. 2010, different home with no garden. Slowly, I got this, a yield of vegetables, fruits, root vegetables, and herbs, self-sustainability. So I started to do something about it even more, transforming my backyard into a small oasis of sorts. This vlog is where I'll share my experiences trying to grow vegetables and herbs, mainly for a homemade allspice and seasonings. Hopefully enjoy your boy Blaze McCoy's seasoned rookie Zen garden vlog. Here's a bunch of pics showing my garden and the progress over the few years. 2011 it started, shelled out a hole and got ready for a garden. Brought all the utility in, got a fire pit going. Continued to grow. Put up a fence because of some varmints and little critters that got in there. Needed to keep deer away as well. So I started planting. Paper down to try to keep some of the weeds out. Fortifying the outside with brick. More walkway pavers here in the backyard, and realized I needed to plant some grass, grew some corn, lettuce, different things we experimented with. Then the driveway started 2012.
little more expansion, pavers, more beautification. And this is in the spring. We're getting it ready. As you can see, the grass still growing in the back. More gravel in, organizing a grass. Nice on the left, but it started to die, and we had to replace that later on. More pavers on the outside. More fortification for groundhogs and other critters that were trying to get inside, which we'll tell some stories about that later on. Getting ready for pavement. More. There's the grapevine, the start of it, the birth of it. 2013 started out cold, but that didn't stop me from growing and learning, failing, making mistakes, trying different ways, and moving on. You can see expansion in the back. We added 2 more plots, more pavers, piece by piece, buying a couple pavers at a time. Different processes, different mediums of growing. You see homemade beds, empty beds, concrete beds, parts of a doghouse to make a door. Just different ways to trial and error, growing different types of vegetables, using different mediums, planting more grass, again, on the left-hand side. Once again, continuing to expand. Way too many plants. I'm going to scale back this year for many reasons we'll talk about here as well. And there it is. There it is, the blacktop. Move the fire pit up closer, more beautification, bird feeder on the right coming up, as well as a bird bath. There's another yield, another harvest, some zucchini, peppers, tomatoes. 2014 and pretty much closer, the herb garden starts to grow on the right-hand side, more pavers, some out to the fire pit again. Growing radishes up close, put 2 trees there in the front, which I ended up removing, as you'll see right there. There you go. Big yield this year. Way too many plants once again. Now strawberries on the bottom, grapes on the top, and the grapes started to very sour at first. I learned trial by fire here with the grapes as well. We're keeping those going though. And some strawberries still growing along the shed there. Onions, kohlrabi or calarab. We made coleslaw, I think, that time as well. There's cucumber. Another nice little harvest. Some seasoning on the right that we let dry out for our allspice. 2015. Very similar to what we have now, adding more pavers, more beautification at the same time. Then decided to move the middle into a patio and make 2 small areas to plant in the front with a path and expansion in the back. Trying out some cinder block or concrete block planting bed this time. Added nothing but dirt. Didn't drain it very well at the bottom, so kind of scrapped that idea. It was cool to grow onions in it though, as well as trying a greenhouse, a small one that was given to me. We moved it from that area where we tried it at start. There's the herb garden, which was blossomed into something a lot nicer. Greenhouse gone, patio complete. There's the greenhouse over there. It was a nice little project. Grew a couple things, but too many bugs, too much cleaning, and just easier to grow it outside around here. Southwestern Pennsylvania, we get a good rainy season, which we have right now. We'll see shortly as well. There's the patio. There's a whole 9 yards. In 2017, losing some grass, planting some different things in the front. Then going to a little putt-putt. We went, had some fake grass given to me, some 2018 solved my grass problem, I guess. 2018, there's your herb garden growing all the different spices and herbs. Overview of the whole thing. Nice blooming. There is the herb garden. Marigolds in the middle as well. A lot of basil, oregano. There's someone's cat in my wild cats, feral cat around the back there in the woods. Overview of the whole thing. We'll be working on this year. Then and now, people. That's what it looked like when I moved in around 8 years ago. That's pretty much what it looks like now. We've made some adjustments on the right as well. But next we'll have 3 videos, the garden vlog, the first 3 vlogs that I've taken to show you what we're doing this year in 2019. And pretty soon we'll come back in a couple weeks and give you a live stream as we put new plants, new flowers in the ground and follow the progress throughout the summer. I want to thank all you guys who joined in. Leave some comments. Here's the 3 vlogs. Stay tuned. The garden's coming up.
It's your boy Blaze McCoy. We are here in the backyard, and this is vlog number 1 of my home garden.
Gonna
You can
go
see the
fast through here.
south,
Just some shots of the garden as I was.
professional grade
Same thing you're gonna see today.
growing. You see all the thing that
That's when it was starting to grow. So that's just wanted to show you that. You can go check out that video if you haven't seen it. But now you've seen most of it. All right. So I did put together a little video. Thank you, man. Everybody's saying, Judd in the house, what's happening? Yeah, that's it, piece by piece. If anyone doesn't know, this Fruit Splash ginger ale is so good. Bringing the pavers in, a lot of it was repurposed, things that I found and just rebuilt or brought and did again. Yeah, I do have a little putt-putt there and over there too. More like a little chipping green. So before we show off the garden now, let's look at what we've done so far this year. This is just some of the things. This is the herb garden, which is right over there. We'll see what it's like now. It's about dying, but this is when it was doing really good beginning of the year with the flowers blooming. This is the beginning when I just started planting stuff this year. And the buckets this year, the first year was buckets instead of planters. Instead of going in the ground, I tried, thanks to my 3 cats taking shits all the time. I used their pails as well from their cat litter. And this was the beginning of the year, early bird stream. I did that one stream. It was like 10 in the morning or some shit. I don't know what got into me. I'm not a morning person. If you know me, I talked about my stomach problems. It keeps me busy, let's just say, in the mornings, in pain and trying to resolve. Ooh, something got up in the morning. It's a funny tomato. Tomato that has a heart on, I guess you could say. And let's see, we got here Attack of the Critters. Yeah, we talked about my man Chippy. I'm gonna show you. I've been feeding him. I know where he lives up there in the wall, so I find all the acorns from the tree and I put them up there for him. So we had Attack of the Critters. You can check out all these on this you can't see, but way in the back there's 2 deer in the woods there. That's why I have that picture. You can't really tell. There's our little critters, those little bastards. Those are my groundhogs. I have 5 of them. Well, they keep dying every year and then making more babies and dying. They live in the woods. They live in the shed. I thought one was out over there right now. Yeah, my little groundhogs, there they are. Those little boogers. Let's see what else we got here. The berries, save the berries. So I started planting blackberries and raspberries. I have 1 blackberry bush here, along with the blueberries that I just had blueberries this year for the first year, 3 years. And now I finally had blueberries. If I can start to do more berries, number 1, I'm going to have bird shit all over the place like I did this year. And the grapes were not sour this year. The grapes were I only had maybe 2 dozen good grapes because the birds and the animals and all got to it. But I was looking at it last week and I picked one of the grapes and ate it, and it was not sour. They still have seeds in them and stuff. I actually saw a video that eating the seeds from fruits is actually good for you because you get different nutrients that you don't get from the fruit. Very interesting. But my grapes, I froze them. I have them in my freezer frozen. So every once in a while I'll grab a grape, and it reminds me of my grandmother's yard eating a fresh grape right off the and if you ever eaten frozen grapes, they are amazing. And some people dip them in candy and sugar and all that shit. Now I just want the organic fruit by itself. And I'll show you what I did. The grapevine's gone already. But next year, I'm going to be more careful with the grapevine because now I know they're not sour. Actually, I said this before. In my fridge, I have a jar of pure grape juice from like 4 or 5 years ago now. I mean, all I would have to do is add like yeast or something to it, I think, and it's going to be wine. I mean, I never looked into it, but I have pure. It might be rotten now. I don't know if it should even be drunk, but it's in a jar. It's been refrigerated, so I have to find like a wine guy or something. I don't know. I know a couple guys like that. And that, I mean, you think about the way the world is right now, digital. If And I'm starting to hoard things in my basement, canned foods and water and stuff too. Not because I'm, you know, one of these prep world end preppers, but why not be prepared? Have a bunch of food in your basement, have water. I got a couple cases of bottled water. I'm going to start buying canned foods and putting stuff down there that could be eaten later if anything would happen. You know, the end of the freaking world could come. Who knows? But growing these berries outside is real tough because these got diseased and I had to get rid of them. There's my blueberry bush, and I did get some blueberries. There's one. Yay, a blueberry. Better safe than sorry is what I say, digital, right? Here's where we drew a little I think it was Goddess that said you should draw a little house there for Chippy, because I named my chipmunk Chippy, and stay out of my garden, because sometimes he just wants these acorns from this tree, which if I could, unfortunately, I love nature, don't get me wrong, but this tree, actually, I want to show you a video about loving nature after this real quick. There he is. There's Chippy. I'm gonna go back into another one of my streams and show you something I did. You guys can check out all my playlists are on my channel. You can check out some stuff. There's Chippy eating, running around, good old little Chippy with his mouth full of nuts. And we drew him a little house. It rained the next day, and that was gone. Cut and grow. That these herbs, some of these have been here for 2 years. They keep growing, and I know lettuce is cut and grow a lot, but I have tried growing lettuce, it didn't work. But like a lot of these herbs in this garden, we would cut and it keeps growing. You got to learn how to cut it too. Like the basil, if you cut it in the right spot, it grows out even more. Hey, do you grow that other type of tree, my guy? No, I can't. Got acorns falling from the tree right now. No, I did try it though before, Temple. It's legal in Pennsylvania here. Medical. I was actually on medical for a while, but I can't do it anymore. My body just doesn't like medicine, so I got to tough it out. Any type of medicine that I put in my body, normally I get bad reactions. Big shout out to Temple in the building, dogs. So these herbs I make in seasonal. Instead of using sugar, instead of using salt on a lot of things, which if you look in the boxes, I have high blood pressure now, so I got to watch that. Which reminds me, I take beet juice. I was drinking beet juice because the medicine they gave me for my blood pressure messed me up bad. Like I was sick as a dog. That was one of my weeks off from LTD and streaming, was because of my blood pressure medicine was really messing me up. But I kept reading beet juice. So I started drinking beet juice every day and my blood pressure went down. I'm just checking I'm going to turn this off for a second here, because I will bring up the garden camera here soon. Money trees would be nice to grow. So I take beet. I was drinking beet juice and it works. So now I'm drinking beet. I'm drinking beet root extract in a pill now. All right, there we go. So we can bring back the camera here in a little bit. But let's go through the rest of this. The garden from this year. This is all from this year. Looks fine. Looks good. It was growing okay. And I had to trim my bush. Yep. That bush behind me there, as you can see right there, we got trimmed. The tree we got trimmed. These bushes we had trimmed today. I had my neighbor come over and help me with that. There's the tree looking a lot better. Same one. Trim most of the bottom leaves. There's the bush they got trimmed. Yes, trim your bush. I'm just going to quickly go through this. I'll probably upload this to the channel possibly too. These are just, and then there's the all-purpose seasoning. Instead of salting the shit out of something, I use basil and garlic and onion powder and and oregano. Mix it all together. Put it on a steak. It's really good. Stuff like that. I tried to plant a peach and a pear tree over there, and they didn't work out. I'm not giving up on that because it was a raised piece of ground, and that could have been why. And an apple tree would be nice too. It does make the tree look bigger. Actually, the problem was the branches were so low that when I used my fire pit, it was kind of burning the branches. I was afraid I'd set the whole tree on fire. But now I have this all-purpose seasoning. I've been giving it away to people. I made a little label so I could print labels for it. But that's what I do. I harvest all the herbs from over here, let them dry out on my counter, and then put them together. Yes, trim your bush, Odds. You should definitely trim your bush. Good to see you, Odds. Welcome in. So that's what I do. I just lay it out, let it all dry out, and go from there. And there it is. You got like oregano, basil, garlic, thyme, lemon thyme, which adds a nice flavor to it. And then see, I made those little labels to put on the bottles, just give to people so they know what's in it, because it says right in it what's on it. It's all natural seasoning, and it's going to add flavor. Some of it's getting a little old, so I got to get rid of it, but sun and flower, no rain. We're going to talk about the sunflower here. I grew 2 sunflowers back there. We didn't have a lot of rain, and I don't see sunflower seeds in them. We might cut them to find out today. We'll see. There's one of the sunflowers. It's gotten bigger, and there's the other one. That one looked really good for a little while. Pretty. But I've seen people where the sunflowers are like this big. They're huge, and they grow so tall. Mine only grew a couple feet, but it is what it is. There it is. Cute little sunflower. See, it looked really good right when it bloomed, but it only bloomed like that for a couple days, and then it started to wilt away. So the plants were doing okay. The trellises were wishful thinking to see it grow that much. I got a couple peppers, a couple tomatoes. That tree always blooms nice. There's my the grapes. Those are the grapes that I harvested. So it wasn't a ton of them, but I had to pick out all the nasty ones. That's all the grapes I got. But those are frozen in my fridge right now, and I'll eat 1 or 2 every once in a while. And but this is where we're at now. The garden is burnt. It's the end of the season. But before we show off the garden here real quick, there's the end of that. So we can remove this. I do want to share another video, and you guys can check this out on my channel as well. Just go to playlists, and I believe it's in the garden stream as well, because it's in with the vlogs. Commercial. So I went up into the mountains where I'm from and did a stream. Hold on. I didn't mean to click on it. Son of a biscuit. All right. I don't want to show the stream that we're on. Get that off of here. I just want to show. Let me pause it. And I want to show. I gotta go back a while, man, because I went up in the mountains and did. Let me find it. Oh, I'm in New York City. Here it is. Ohio Pal. Let me share this. A pond. I tried to do a pond. All right, I'm gonna mute it. But let's share this screen. This is a tour that I took up in the mountains where I live. Just to show people the beauty around where I live. This is me driving up the mountains, first of all.
It's a beautiful day in the middle of September. I'll show you around a little bit up here in the mountains.
And when
Stay tuned.
when everything changes,
Coming up soon. Here we go. Be back shortly, folks.
So there's natural water slides. This is Cucumber Falls. First of all, Cucumber Falls right there. There's barely any water jumping from the falls, but that's Cucumber Falls. Really cool place. High up Hile. Then we went to the natural water slides. This is a natural water slide. You can actually sit when the water's real high. You don't want to go down the natural water slides, but there's a natural water slide where you can literally lay on the rocks and slide down. It's really cool. People get hurt there, yes, because they go too far down the bottom. But there is a part where it's really low where you can just slide for a little bit. But there are some dangerous spots up there too. Obviously, there's literally waterfalls. So here's the natural water slides that you can slide down on. See how some of it's not that bad. You can just sit on it and slide down. But this is right up in the mountains where I'm at, southwestern Pennsylvania. And then here's the waterfalls. This is Ohiopyle, where the big waterfalls are. So there's the big falls. The water was kind of high this day. I think I actually caught like a person going down the waterfall. This video is on. It's called Mountain Tour Waterfalls and More. Check it out. And you can see sometimes you'll see kayaks go down. This is where the big part of the falls are. There we go. There's the waterfalls. It's not Niagara Falls, but it's a waterfall. And I did see some kayakers go down. And then I went to visit the Battle of Fort Necessity. Fort Necessity, where, back in the day, George Washington and all of his boys came here and fought in Fort Necessity. There it is, the fort. So I went and visited Fort Necessity as well. That was pretty cool. Just took people on a tour of some of the stuff. Like a lot of it still stands. I'm sure they rebuilt a lot of it too. But this is me inside of Fort Necessity. And here's on top of the mountain. I talked about the big cross that's on top of the mountain here. I've actually shown you can see it from my house. But that's on top of the mountain right up there. So if I go out onto my road, you can see that on top of the mountain. So it was a hike to get up there, but I wanted to go up there and show people how beautiful it is. The overlook down into the city. And when it's clear, you can almost see Pittsburgh, which is about an hour away. And this is me coming back down the mountain. And there is a natural watering trough. I believe I stopped at the watering trough on the way down. And they've changed it tremendously. What you see right here, they've changed. Now, this is just a blank area. I really need to take a video of what they did to this area because they built a big thing. It's a natural watering trough. This is natural water spring coming down. And it is the coldest, clearest, purest. There is a filter on it. So it does get filtered once or twice on the way down. And it's, I filled up a couple bottles of water with it, froze it. There you go. It is so delicious. And they built this whole thing around it. And then that's my band played it in a local, that's my band setting up right there. I played just acoustic drums there. My boy Joe, it's up at Ohiopyle, a little place where we played. And that was it. That's my mountain video. You can check it out there. We're going to open some mail. I have mail time, mail time. These are the digital cards, so the card part. But let's go ahead and check out the garden. I'm going to switch over to this camera before it overheats. Let's get back into the studio here. Let's all right. All right, the mic's working. I'm going to mute me here, and you guys tell me what music did I play. Oh, we play classic rock, anywhere from Beatles to Smashing Pumpkins to Rage Against the Machine, mostly rock. He has a list of over 300 types of music. Rolling Stones, you name it, man. We played all kinds of classic rock, 80s rock, 90s rock, even some hip hop we transitioned into acoustic. So I'm going to mute myself here and we're going to. So let me know, you guys. Ooh, we have to do this. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can anybody hear me? Is anybody out there? Can you guys hear me? You play some guitar digital, that's cool. Can you hear me? Okay, we definitely hear me. Okay, because I'm going to switch to this camera. We're going to go look at the garden. I'm going to remove here. All right, let's go take a look at the garden. All right, so over here, before I spill my drink, this is what I'm talking about, dead. Dead. My hydrangea is about dead. This thing, it was a flower. It's got to go. So we literally will be pulling up things. These here, if I just take the tops off, I might be able to get some more basil. But these basil, all this shit that's starting to flower, I may be able to get one more harvest of basil. Oh, it smells delicious though. And I do have my wheelbarrow out to take all this shit out when I'm done here today. Marigolds, all dead. But inside of here are seeds if I wanted to plant by seed, but I'm going to get rid of all these. These are all dying, but I might be able to get a little more thyme out of these if I trim them. Speaking of thyme, this is my lemon thyme. Hey, Mitch. Happy birthday there, Mitch. A little bit late, but happy birthday again. Good to see you. So the thyme is dying. We're going to open some mail here in a little bit. Oregano looks good. I'll probably just trim this, dry it out, and oregano is good. Same thing over here. The marigolds are dead. Ugh! And we'll take the tops off of these and hope the basil grows a little more. Thank you for stopping in, Mitch. Appreciate it. You guys share this out, let you know what's going on here. This one's gone. This was lemon thyme. I'm kind of sad that it's dried out and dead. Same thing here. We're going to try to grow these back. Another plant, another marigold that didn't make it. So, but when you're seeing brown down here, these are dead. So I'll probably rip all this shit out. So this is it's not going to grow well anymore. You're not going to get those big leaves like I was having. So probably get rid of all these as well. See, look, it's just pulling up. It's dead. So we're going to pull up all these herbs, except for probably the oregano. The rosemary's still doing okay. But then we got the same thing over here. I got my wheelbarrow out ready to pull this out. I'm just going to disassemble all this, tear it down. It's all gone. Time. I normally do this in October, but this year with the heat destroying everything, it's time to rip it down. So we are dismantling the trellises, get ready for next year, put it all in the... So I will rip all this down today, pull all these out. Look, it's just dried up and tough, man. It's tough. Butterflies for my friend Butterfly. So yeah, all this needs to go. Plants are dead. I'm stepping on shit. So we'll tear it all down today. And next year, maybe we'll try some new things. The good news is we will have blueberries next year. So all these come down. All these come out. It's over. The party's over. Season is done. Plants are dead. Empty all those out and hope for next year. This sage plant's been there for a year. Got a lot of deadness here and this. I'll trim it back. But this bush is blackberries and my blueberry bush. All these marigolds are dead. I'll rip all those out. So it's kind of like a funeral of the garden, people.
I kind of like this thing. It's hard to do a little trellis there. I'm hoping it grows like that next year. Look at that. I mean, it's like a arch. But yeah, these little ones didn't turn out very well either. I might leave that up. These were mini tomatoes. They're going to go. There's my sunflower, and I don't see any sunflower seeds in it. Like there's supposed to be sunflower seeds in there. There are literally no sunflower seeds in my sunflower. This is asparagus. We got our little asparagus trees that'll hopefully grow next year. My grandmother's little bunny. So yeah, we're gonna tear this thing down today. It's done. The garden is done. But the other thing I wanted to show you guys, I've already trimmed this back. Yeah, definitely. I mean, throughout the year, I do trim and prune a lot. But towards the end, when it got real hot and everything died, I just left it go. There's the grapevine. I already trimmed it back, but I like to leave. That's a new plant there, so I left there to grow. And same thing here. I left all this growth because you'll get buds right from these branches and it'll grow even thicker. So next year, the trellis, I'll keep a better eye on that because we're going to get... birds grabbed what? The seeds? Maybe. Maybe the birds got them. That's a good point. That's a good point. I didn't think of that. It's important to get rid of leaves. I always think this looks like a rod going up someone's butt. Let's say it's digital set here. It's important to get rid of the bad leaves because the plant or herb otherwise plant. Yeah, even on tomatoes, there's certain branches you should get rid of. Called on a tomato plant, there's little things called suckers where they grow in between two branches, and if you pinch those out, it'll grow better. Plus, on a tomato plant, the branches with leaves, they don't do anything. You can get rid of those, and you'll get more fruit as well. So there's where my groundhogs live in there, my neighbor's old busted up thing. But yeah, the garden is going to be kaput for this year. It's still such a, I mean, even if I don't get a lot, it's such a great oasis back here to view. Oh, that's why my phone was going out. I was leaving my Wi-Fi. Since I'm not on the Wi-Fi, we can go on a walk back here. So yeah, the grass hasn't been growing except for weeds because of this, all the heat, and even a lot of grass is dying. There was a little white kitty cat back here earlier today. Deer were coming back here as well. I saw deer here the other day. These are the two berry plants that didn't make it. Those two berry plants didn't make it. I planted them back here, and they tried to keep growing. That's my pond. Remember, I was talking about I had a pond. I got two of those, and I had them up front. I was going to buy like a pump and the hoses and everything to have a little pond and put some fish in there, but it turned into be a lot more work than I thought. So I still have the plastic ponds. There's two of them, but I didn't use them. So the yard has a lot of transformation. There used to be a big tree here, if you guys remember. We trimmed a bush. And it's such a beautiful day. 70 degrees without a breeze. Ooh, that rhymes. 70 degrees without a breeze is pretty perfect. Yeah, I'm a Polak. I can say that. I'm Polish. Look, I built that on a slant. I should have leveled it off so it's bowing like that, so I have this other shed holding it up. But it is what it is, man. You grow seasonal garden. Yeah, well, here in Pennsylvania, we get bad winters. Nothing will grow through the summer. I mean the winter. So yeah, we'll be pulling everything out of here, see? And this even had there. So yeah, now that you guys said that, I think it could have been the birds just eating it. So we did blueberry and raspberry. Hopefully those continue to grow. Asparagus takes 2 years before you can use that. I don't know if we're going to do sunflowers again. It was nice to try it. We're going back into my Wi-Fi. Tomatoes and peppers didn't do that great. We're going to try something a little different next year. And I want to build a raised garden bed right here. I don't have any acres. Right behind that bush in my shed is I don't own anything behind that. All right. So that's it. I did build the little putt-putt here. So you can chip from here over to this part. When I did my fantasy football draft, we were having a little chipping and putting contest. And the hole's a little raised now, but there's a hole there for your... And then we were hitting balls into the woods. So speaking of Chippy, my little chipmunk friend, I started to notice this. Uh-oh. You can't really see it because of the shade. But there are little nuggets of, this is where he lives. So I put the acorns there for him. Or her. Is there a kitty cat over here? Kitty cats. No kitty cats. All right. Yeah, baby, this is it. Done for the season. We had those bushes trimmed too. But we will revisit this and bring this back full time in the spring when we start to prep and plant. But we're not done. We got a couple minutes left. I'm going to go to work out here today since this is my only stream. Tomorrow we got wrestling back. I'm going to clean all this up, trim this back a little bit too. And that will be it. We got one more order of business here. Let's get this back. All right, now we're back here. Should be good to go. I'm always worried about audio, just so you guys can hear me again. And now let's open some mail to close out the day. So this one's from Michigan. And I've been ordering cards. So the garden, we will call it, a season a little bit early, but we'll be doing more digital wrestling. We'll be doing more football, basketball, and we'll be doing more collectible streams. I want to do a stream on Blaze cards for all my wrestling cards. So I have a bunch of different wrestling cards, and I want to show them off. That will be fun because we can talk wrestling while we look at some of the old pictures of the wrestlers. So now this will lead into my next podcast, which will be the Blaze cards. I'll probably bring back the interview series as well, and Sunday's the Red Zone. So the first one is my man Tyrese Maxey from the 76ers. I've been ordering a bunch of his cards for the past year. This one here is from Rhode Island. So I've been collecting some cards here and there, but also selling a lot of cards that I don't really care about anymore. Because I'm old. I'm 51. What am I going to do with it? Well, thank you, Chad. Thank you. So Chad, for those that don't know, Chad's a collector of cards too. I met him at Washington, PA card show. And this is when I realized I didn't have any rookies of this guy. So I started buying them, and they're really cheap. One of my favorite Steelers of all time, Hines Ward. So I ordered a bunch of Hines Ward rookies. I was getting them for $2 or $3 a piece. So I do have some Hines Ward rookies now. Nick, what is up, Nick? How you doing, bro?
And I'm probably going to start selling cards, setting up at one of these shows, like the one that me and Chad go to in Washington. Because I have a lot of cards that I'll never do anything with. I don't have a son or anything to give them to. So this one is from Illinois. This is another Hines Ward rookie. Hines Ward. We're number 15, which is funny at first. Like, it's weird if he was able to wear 15 back then. I wonder if he would have wore it. Like, he wore 86 and made it pretty famous. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Another reason why I wanted to collect his rookies, because he will be going into the Hall of Fame. Ordered some TJ Watt cards today too. Let's see. This one is from Minnesota. So I'm not, as one thing, as a big card collector that I am, I've never spent over $100 for a card. I bought a ton of $1 cards, all these Tyrese Maxey ones, and hopefully I can sell them for $10. Good packaging, double package, so it doesn't get hurt. And this is another Hines Ward rookie. And I'm also going to add a bunch of stuff to my eBay and sell it as well. This one's from Vancouver, Washington. It's probably another Hines Ward. Yep, another Hines Ward rookie. This one. Whoop. Some little kid interviewing him. That's weird. But his first Upper Deck card. And because you can tell by all it has is his Georgia stats on the back. Okay, another one. This one is another one from Minnesota. No graded cards. I thought I had some graded cards come in, but we'll have some of those soon. Another Hines Ward. So I think these are mostly my Hines Wards. I ordered some other ones. This one's from Laguna Niguel, California. California knows how to party. Good stuff. I know Kelly has the stream later on, Crushing Kelly. We got Jay Vulture and J Dog at 2 o'clock. I don't know, Cassie, if you're still here, what did you think about that new Jackbox? They have we used to play Jackbox on Cassie's stream and stuff, and it gets dirty. We dick and fart jokes and stuff. But they now have filthy Jackbox, like literally games made for us dirty-minded people. Another Tyrese Maxey. This is 23-24 because of Wemby and stuff. You can't buy packs and boxes unless you want to pay a ton of money. So I'm just buying the singles that I want. So this is probably another. This one is from Pennsylvania. Probably another Hines Ward. Because I ordered a bunch of Hines. I was just thinking, I was sitting there going, man, I don't have any Hines Ward rookie cards. And when I saw that they weren't that expensive, I was like, shit, I'm ordering. Yep, another Hines Ward rookie card. Good stuff. So I'm finally getting my Hines Wards. I'm going to change my display. Keep working on that. I'm going to do a stream on wrestling cards soon. We have okay, we're back. We only got a couple minutes here. We turned regular doctor, but yeah. All right, we're going to end it here because my internet and my laptop's losing power, so it's going to end up going. But check out the streams, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're going to say good night. Jackbox is an interactive game. Like, I can stream it and you guys can play it through the just jackbox.tv, and you guys in the chat can play against whoever the streamer is. It's really fun. Go to Cassie's channel, Cassie Madam Red, right above you. On her channel, you'll see Jackbox streams. So cheers to everybody. It was a fun garden season. We had a lot of failure, a little bit of success. But now that the blueberries and the grapes and raspberries, so we might be doing more fruity fruit than before. And get your fruit splash, cherry, ginger ale. Cherry, maybe we'll grow a cherry tree. Who knows? But we'll continue fruits, vegetables, and herbs next year. Thanks for everyone for stopping by. I appreciate you. We'll see you later on in the streams, and obviously on my channel later on. Tomorrow, LTD. Wednesday, pick and roll NBA. Thursday, LTD. Friday, Friday's my first day off in 10. You could. Friday, I'm supposed to be off, but I might do the Blaze cards with the wrestling cards on Friday, right before SmackDown. Saturday's another big show, the Great Hall. Cassie will be inducted in the Great Hall, her final matches. Not really her final matches, but we're going to have fun with it. And then Sunday is, I might not have a day off till Monday, but I love doing it, man. I love bringing you guys together and having fun. So to everybody that's in the chat, if you're watching the replay, please leave me a comment that you stopped by. Let me know what you want me to try to grow next year, what you enjoyed, what you didn't like. And I'll see you in the streams, people. Cheers. He's got my mobile office out here, my camera, my mic, and everything. It's kind of fun. I don't have any intro or outro for the garden streams. It literally is just a banter. I'll throw some background music on while we go. Appreciate y'all for being here. I'm out of here. Peace. See you later. Love you.